Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously, they just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. Oh god, is this a narrator already? I don't even have any way of knowing if it's the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. This game is a gem. I love it. Hello and welcome back to the Stanley Ultra Deluxe. I am playing this again because I enjoyed it so much the first time that I want to see just what all is out here. Oh yeah, I forgot my camera, my webcam was actually on the other side. That side that time. And let me turn this down a little bit. Sorry, I'm just being all awkward here. Anyway, yeah, so I'm doing this again because some people really enjoyed when I played it the first time and begged me to, well, not begged me, they asked me to do it again. Begging sounds weird. Nobody begs for content that I create. No one does that. Anyway, so we're gonna do this again, and I'm very excited to do this. Oh, the one thing that I wanted to do, I want to do it the normal way, but I want to turn the mind control machine on because I think I turned it off and got the good ending, and now I want to see what actually happens next. Does it remember my settings from last time?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
All right, good. I just wanted to make sure that there were subtitles.
Stanley worked for a company.
Yes. So we're gonna click to skip, and that's right. I can use control here. Okay, so last time,
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The meeting room. Go to the meeting room. The meeting room.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The door on the left. Door to the left.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Wasn't anything here.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yes. Oh, boss! Hello! Hi. There's nobody here. Hello.
Standing
nice
into
piano.
his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any
Oh,
human
what's
life.
the password?
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley
It's
wondered
been a
in
while.
disbelief who orchestrated this. What
What's
dark
the
secret was being held
password?
from him?
What is the
What he
password?
could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Keeping the terrible
and so
truth.
the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
2,
But of course,
8,
Stanley couldn't
4,
possibly have known this.
5. But I did know it.
By simply pushing random buttons on the keypad.
Aha!
Stanley
Yes.
had to input the
Ooh.
correct code.
Dark
Sheer
and
luck.
creepy.
He
Yes, I
stepped
like
into
it.
the newly
I'm gonna
opened
lean back here and
passageway.
relax a little bit. Alright, we are behind the curtain. Now we go in here. I remember this. I pressed the E button to go down. Down, down, down. Down to a new area.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Quite peculiar.
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest.
That's just
As though
gas.
he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Oh, I don't have a
Why
jump
did he
button.
feel
This makes me
now,
feel
when
weird.
for years it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
Right, so we're going back here.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
Remember the
Facility.
escape. I took the escape path last time, but this is where things are different. Because I'm going to turn this light on.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
Oh,
screens.
wow.
What
Yep, I
horrible
remember
secret
this.
did this place hold? Stanley
By the way, if
thought to
nothing
himself.
changes,
Did he
I'm
have
just
the
going to edit all this
strength
out.
to find out.
So don't worry. But if you're watching this right now, that means something exciting happened. And that makes me excited. To make you excited.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true nature
so many.
revealed.
What am I?
Each
4,
bore
2,
the number of
4?
an employee in the building.
Is that me?
Stanley's co-workers.
Is that me right there?
The lives
right
of
there?
so many individuals reduced to images.
I don't
on a
remember which
screen.
employee I am.
Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
And button. Thank you.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't be true.
Terrible.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Horrible.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Oh, so blindly accepting my emotions.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
I do not.
His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Never.
It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
No.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind?
Oh, there was like a
to the
balcony there. I wonder if I
world?
could have jumped on that. Well, no, I don't have a jump button.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with
Right.
emotions.
My control status
Sad or
offline.
content. Walking,
Oh, right, I turned it
eating,
off and got the
working,
good ending, so
all
I
of
want to turn it
monitored and
on. So
commanded from
let's
this very
see.
place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
5.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human
This
life.
is what
For he would dismantle
I
the
need. What does
controls
that say?
once and
mind
for all.
control something. All right, let's. So we turned it off last time and got the good ending, the ending where we actually escape. Let's turn it on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
I did.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Oh no.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
Oh boy.
You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Oh no!
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode.
Oh god!
Igniting the entire complex.
Oh no!
How long until detonation then? Let's say...
Back up.
2
Back up, back up, back up, back up.
Now this is making things a little
Oh,
more
no,
fun,
no,
isn't it,
no.
Stanley? It's your time to shine.
There's no
You
sprint
are the
button.
Star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh,
What?
this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame
What are
we
we
have so little
doing?
time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them
these are more
is.
buttons that I can press
More
later.
time to talk about you, about me, where we're going. What all this
No!
means, I barely know where to start.
No! Why did you do that?
You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Oh
Before
god.
you're obliterated.
I mean, if I outrun this, I'm not gonna survive, right?
Anyway, I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
Oh god.
I erased them. I turned off the
Oh
machine.
no.
I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story.
Oh no,
Sometimes
there's a
when I
puzzle
tell it,
here.
I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing
Failsafe?
buttons endlessly
What's that?
and then dying alone.
Failsafe.
Other times,
Failsafe.
I let
It
the
doesn't
office
do
sink into the
anything.
ground, swallowing everyone inside,
one.
or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this then.
One. I need a
This
one.
version of events
Where's the
has been
one?
Rather amusing.
Where's the one
Watching
button?
You try to make sense of everything.
Oh god, I
take
only
back
have
the
45
control,
seconds.
wrest
That's a
it away from
5.
you. It's quite rich.
Oh,
Almost hate to
there's
see
no
it
sprint.
go. But I'm sure
One,
whatever
one,
I
one,
come
one,
up with on
one.
the next go around will be
Oh,
even better.
there it is.
My goodness,
Oh,
only
one.
34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so
That
much.
didn't work.
You know
One.
what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why
Oh,
not?
thank you.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley.
Oh,
Time doesn't grow on
yellow,
trees.
4.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you
It's
have no
upstairs.
idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing?
Yeah, I
right
don't know what
now?
I'm doing.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at
I
you,
thought so.
running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley.
Okay,
You're in for quite a disappointment.
blue
But
3?
here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a
Press any
catalyst
key to
keep
send
the
power
action
surge.
moving along.
Oh,
It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
nope, that
You're
doesn't
only
work.
still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment. that
Oh
your
god, I'm not
powers
even listening to the narrator at this
see
point.
You made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy
blue
it
3.
first, so you can't.
Oh, 427, that's
Take a
who
look
I
at
am.
the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
Oh boy.
30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here.
Oh
Just
boy.
you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
Well,
Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same.
That was a good run.
All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
there we go. All right. Well, I blew up. So that's what that does, apparently. I blew up. I completely borked that. That was not good. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing
Stanley
there.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he
Turn
couldn't
that
find a
off.
trace of his co-workers.
Let's look for my co-workers. Ooh, that looks new. I've never been back there before. How do I get back there? Can I get back there? No. Oh, that's weird. It's like a room that doesn't exist. Is there anything else that I can do? I feel like there should be a lot more here.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
Let's go to the one on the
he entered
left.
the door on his left.
I want to play your game, narrator. I'm going to play your game for now. But instead
Yet
of
there was
going
not a single
up the
person there
stairs,
either. Feeling a wave of
what if I go down
dismay,
the stairs?
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm going down the stairs. Ooh. Oh, that's creepy. Why is there a red light down here? Oh, what is this?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss.
Why is this car here?
Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All
How'd this
because
car
he
get here?
believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
None of this makes any
And as
logical
Stanley
sense.
pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Whoa!
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Hey!
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Yes.
Were they simply repeating? No,
I
Stanley
want
said to
soda.
himself, this is all too
Give me a
strange. This
soda.
can't be real.
Give me a soda.
And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
Oh.
He just hadn't found the words for it.
No.
I'm dreaming!
Oh no.
This is all a dream.
Oh, this is like PT.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt.
Oh,
to have finally
no, it's a
found
loop.
An answer, an explanation.
Oh no, it's a
His
loop.
co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his
Oh,
job.
it's creepy.
He
Oh, I don't
wasn't
like it.
crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life
Oh,
job pushing
no.
buttons. I may as well enjoy this while
Oh
I'm still lucid.
no.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh! Whoa!
Then he imagined himself
Whoa!
soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun,
What?
and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing?
Yeah, exactly. I'm the narrator
Now the
here,
voice
not
was
you.
describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
I miss when I was
While he thought
flying.
it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
Anyone keeping track on how many times I'm
Was
doing this
Stanley
loop?
simply
How did
deceiving
that
himself,
car get there?
believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Yes.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Lovely.
the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
I have a job.
All I want is my life
I have a wife?
exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
You sure about that?
I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just
Great.
someone
Oh,
tell
it's
me
red.
I'm real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who
Oh, boy.
am I? And everything went black.
All right.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Oh no, I've just been left in the street. Well, that was uneventful. That was bogus. 427. There's gotta be... I
All of his
want
co-workers
more.
were gone.
I
What
want
could it
more.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No. Alright, I'm not going to the meeting room this time. We're gonna take the door... Oh. Hello?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
New content! I like it. Hello. Oh. Schwanky. That's just pretty nice. Ooh, we're on the rails, too. Hello. Hello, people. Hello, don't mind me. I'm playing new content.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Wow.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Pretty. I like the lights.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
I don't like needles. That's uncomfortable.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful.
Huh.
I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but
Agreed.
I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
I mean, the game became Rocket League at one point, so... Yeah.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Yeah! This is great!
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content,
ooh, yes,
Stanley.
there we go. Alright, I'm getting there, narrator. The jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I have a jump button! Jump. 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 Alright, that's it. No more jumping. No more jumping, see?
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Clearly.
Goodness. Another elevator.
Yes!
Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
I agree.
It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
In this economy.
If it's new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more.
Hey!
Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
This narrator is very impatient. Just a random chair there. I like that chair, though. Kind of want that chair in my house. Looks comfy. Make it happen, game creators. Make a store where I could buy stuff here. Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy
one of your
dollar.
lights is out.
And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore."
Wait, really?
What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
You do that.
It's my fault,
I don't have
Stanley.
Twitter.
I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game?
I'm just gonna sit
and
in
we'll
this
try
corner.
to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
Sure.
No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Let's do it. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Ooh. Hello. This is new. This is very new. Whoa. Oh, this is trippy. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh!
Stanley, come over here. In the vent.
Well,
I want
what's
to
up here?
show you something.
I don't trust vents. I don't know if I trust the talking vent.
You don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
All right, fine.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
Fine. I'll come see the surprise you made. There's just coffee cups in here. Hello. Called me a dork. Gosh. I'm sorry if I have a lack of trust, okay? I've been hurt.
You remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
Whoa.
Just our little secret. Take a look.
What is this? What is this?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
The Memory Zone. I like it. It's pretty. You got style, narrator. You got style. Look at you.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity.
They came in boxes.
It all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Wow. British Academy of Film and Television Arts, Stanley Parable. Oh, that's funny. Oh, wow. Look at that. The original remake. I like it. Alright, this is pretty cool. I like this cabin. I like the windows. I like the fact that I'm dead on there. That's great. Oh, I love that. Ooh, what's this? What's this over here? It's like a meditation chamber.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable.
Oh.
Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was.
Pretty impressive.
It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Oh, no, buddy. No, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. We'll be okay. What's down here? Memory zone maintenance. Let me in. Let me in! Alright. Guess I can't go down. Can I get out? Nope. Right here. Nope. Globe. What about this?
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything
not perfect,
else.
though.
It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Oh, oh, this is... So is this not unlocked yet because the boxes are in the way? Oh, what do I have to do to get rid of the boxes? Oh, that's gonna bother me.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Aha!
But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
Let's go to the maintenance area.
Hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh,
Ooh.
no. Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Oh, he's mad. Oh, I don't like the narrator when he's mad. I don't like making him angry.
Let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, his preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game
That's
to
a
get it
good
to
one
feel
there.
as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did.
That's a
Maybe
recommended
it
one.
wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that.
Oh,
If I'm
God.
truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto.
Okay.
I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
All right.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for.
Hey, it worked.
You're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and...
Whoosh.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right...
Push.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was...
All right, let's see.
I want to say maybe 30,
So
45
it's
minutes. It's not
2:10.
unendurable by any means, but it's... Well, there's... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you
Push.
saying...
Had to do it. I had to do it.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you.
No. I don't want it. Uh-oh. Did I break him? Did I break him? I broke him. Did I kill the narrator? Oh no. Oh no. I want to go back. I want to go back. Rewind. I want to go back. Skip. No.
they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where
What was
are the
that?
jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, enter.
Is this what we do now? Is this who we are? Is there a way out of here? No? Nope, this is it. This is the room. With no way out. Just the skip button. Okay. It just gets weirder and weirder.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the.
Okay. Well. The clock is stopped. That's good. The plant is dead. That's also good. Oh, what? Uh-oh. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Skip. Okay. At least there's sunlight now. Skip. Oh! Oh, that's pretty. It's really pretty. We really should just let nature overtake a lot of things. It's so beautiful. Look at all the green. It's pretty. Oh, it's creepy again. Nope, creepy. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Skip. Why is it still dark? I'm legitimately scared of the dark, so this is really freaking me out. I missed the narrator. Did the narrator die? What happened to the narrator? Oh, God. Oh, it's sideways. And there we go. Okay. Well. I guess that's it. Let's climb on top. See if we can get ourselves a better view. Oh, can't climb on top. Okay. Invisible walls. Which way should I go? That way? That looks like a mountain. Goodbye! Alright. Sky is a weird green. Alright then.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What an interesting
decided to
ending.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What was I gonna do? I was gonna do something before I went to the new okay. Well, I mean, I gotta go.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes,
How could I not?
I have something very exciting to show you.
Alright. What do you got? Come on, narrator. What have you got for me? Oh, good. Skip all the song and dance, go right to the awesome elevator.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Why did the lights go out?
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever
What's the music?
Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, wow.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel.
Taste the sequel, I like it.
Built from the ground up. Why there are so many possibilities.
Oh, that is not a carpet you want to reference.
This is what fans have truly been asking for.
That's the Overlook from The Shining.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Is anyone else seeing this man?
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Wow, this is fancy.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Office decorations, the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Interesting. Hear your name in the game. Okay. Is that in here? The button that says the name of the player is playing the game.
2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
I have my suspicions, but let's try it.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
But
of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
I am
Jim.
Yes, you see, what a thrill, what a rush, that was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the hype. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
First you unmake me, then you make me Jim, and now you take my button away. I will find you, narrator, and I will end you. Not really, I'm already bored. Not really, I'm actually, I'm having a good time.
That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Office decorations, the reassurance bucket. Please no screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get Well Someday, Stepniece. Both are very weird. I like Get Well Someday, though.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
That's great. Oh, I love that. Ooh, the jump circle's back.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as
Yay!
well. Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Oh, I shouldn't have spent all my jumps. Free, new and easy achievement. I can't believe it's that simple. Get it here. Free achievement. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. It just works. We'll see about that.
Something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
That's not funny. That's not funny. You promised me an achievement. I didn't get an achievement. What is with all these weird trucks in this building? How are they even getting in here? Man, I was hoping for an achievement.
What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Collectibles. Can you find them all? Ooh.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
What is with the visuals? Oh, I wanted that. Wow! 1 out of 6. Oh god. Oh god, are there actually 6?
It is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Infinite hole? It won't end. I kind of want to jump in the infinite hole now. Let's test it out. Bring a parachute. Fall forever. Oh, interesting. Science. To describe... hole, depth, space, more hole, infinity, science, more, and falling. Interesting.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Why did the ceiling close? Does it want me to go into the hole? This is my hole. It was made for me. Hey, look at that.
You see, isn't it wonderful?
That's
One
pretty
of my
cool.
more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I don't know if I want to. I kind of just...
Now, I don't mean to be a
I just want to keep going.
but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
No. I'm going to keep falling. I want to see how infinite your infinite hole really is.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Aha.
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
Hey, I knew it.
Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley.
Every pause button is a Roman numeral
so
2.
Clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
God, narrators are narcissists.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
All right.
If that
Sounds
works
good.
for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
I'm admiring how many cigarettes are down here. This is impressive. Wow. Someone's just smoking, like, that's at least... How many cigarettes come in a pack? That's at least like a carton. Looks like. Alright, well, I guess I'll teleport
Great.
now.
Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of... Oh, for heaven... You see? I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, "Look, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
Yes.
I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes.
It's gonna get shorter and shorter,
I'm
isn't
starting to
it?
become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite.
Huh.
I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length.
It's science.
Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth...
Whirlpool!
I just can't see this...
Whirlpool!
Oh, who am I to
Make a
judge?
whirlpool!
You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working?
Nope.
You sure?
Oh.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked.
Good. This is what I wanted.
It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley.
Goodbye.
I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Whirlpool! Whirlpool! Whee! Whee! I mean, I like it. I like the hole. I think this is pretty nice. Put a little bit of water in here. Oh, perfect hot tub. Doesn't even have to be hot. It could just be, you know, regular water. Were those chairs always there? Oh, I'm moving. Hello. Oh, what's happening? What's happening? Whirlpool again, wee! Oh, the music. Oh, the music's getting all intense. What's going on? Oh, yeah, that's cool.
My head's stronger. Now you.
What? Oh, I'm keeping this reality. This is the reality that I want. Yes. Oh, it's so weird.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole?
Okay.
From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole.
You could just
And
give me
I'm
a
looking
jump
forward to
button.
all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle pip.
Toodle pip. Can I go back to the puppies again? I was having fun with the puppies. No? We're going to go back to the beginning, aren't we? Ah!
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
What else in here? Jump circle, mostly infinite. Mostly infinite hole. I love that it's changed again. That's great. Mostly infinite hole. Exit. Exit. Can't exit yet, can I? Can I? Exit. There's the exit. Exit, exit, exit. There weren't any other collectibles, were there?
Oh, goodness, Stanley, this is fairly awkward. I hate to do this, but before you leave, you really should go to the bucket exhibit. You see, there's a surprise
Okay.
I was going to spring on you later, and it involves the bucket. And I really do hate to break the illusion, but it's important that you go see the bucket, okay?
Where's the bucket?
All right, I'll get out of your hair now.
Where's the bucket? Gotta find the bucket. I remember there being a bucket somewhere. Reassurance bucket. Bucket, 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 bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well,
Oh, that's cool.
I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true.
Ah.
As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring
Want the bucket.
cognitive dissonance.
I want
while
the bucket.
is in your arms.
Give me the
To be
bucket.
honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable.
Give me the
Can
bucket!
you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Yes.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to
Wow.
go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Alright, can I leave? Thank you. Now I would like to exit. Now let's go to the exit.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I believe the exit was this way. And I needed the bucket first. I guess. For the joke. For the comedy. Let's see if they'll let me leave now. Oh, someone with their bag. Oh, that's uncomfortable. I don't like that. No screenshots. Screenshot.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
It's
Yes, I
all right.
know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Okay.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
But why the bucket?
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
I'm gonna take my bucket
I
and sit
wanted
in the
more
back.
than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game.
I just
wanted
like running
fans
laps.
to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Good thought.
Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2."
Should be
Let me
in
see if I
red.
can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Ooh. Yes. All right. I like it. I like it. I like your style, narrator. Oh, this looks good. Yeah. Yeah, this looks good. It looks kind of creepy too with the red, but I like it. I like it. Oh, I like the hallway's trippy. Ooh. All right. Let's begin the game. Let's play the Stanley Parable 2. Let's do it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I'm gonna skip.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
It's
it
just
mean?
the balloons.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
That's
he had
great.
simply missed a memo.
Oh, the bucket!
Stanley
Oh, I
picked
got
up
the
the
bucket. Yes! Oh, does this mean that I actually have collectibles now? Does this mean that there's more to the game? Oh. It's like a whole new
Stanley
game now?
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Yes.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Stanley and bucket. Yes, Stanley and bucket. Can I go in here yet? I can. Oh!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
Yes.
You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay. I was worried that was just going to go on and on and on. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. So that's bad. Interesting. I wonder how many other doors unlocked all of a sudden.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Pardon me.
Even now,
I'm playing this late at night, so I'm yawning.
Did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos? It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Oh, no. Nope, it's 2845.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumb, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Hey!
Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yes!
Was the bucket guiding him?
The bucket knew.
Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
We're going to the very end. We're going to the end with this one. Me and the bucket. Me and bucket. We are doing it. Loading.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
Oh, I know what's going on.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Don't I know it?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
All right, bucket. Watch
Lights
this.
rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I like that the bucket has thoughts of its own. I like you, bucket. I'm gonna call you Jim.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Stanley's a good dude like that. It'll be okay, Jim the bucket.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world.
Yes.
At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
No one. Except the bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way.
Yeah!
The bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Yeah! Good job, bucket.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Oh,
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No!
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
All right. Well, I think we're going to cut it there. Wow. Interesting. I enjoy the new content. In fact, I am probably going to enjoy more of it at a later time. But, man, I did not see the bucket twist coming. Who thought of the bucket? Who thought the bucket would be the hero and the main linchpin that holds the whole story together? I can't keep doing that. The bucket is funny. But yeah, I'm wondering if I should or should not pick up the bucket next time. What do you think? What should I do? Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.